child gets to the age of marriage, Allah tells you it's the child's decision who he or she will marry. You cannot force that particular child. Remember this. It is not according to you who that child will marry. It is the best situation would be that which is done with mutual agreement and understanding. The most favorable children are those who consult their parents to say, my father, my mother, I'd like to marry, can you guide me? MashaAllah. May Allah make all our children like that. But you never ever tell your daughter, listen, you're getting married next week. And when the daughter says to who, you say you'll find out next week. Wallahi, it's happening on the globe. I receive emails on a daily basis of young women telling me how they are being forced to marry those whom they don't even know, just because it's a cousin or a relative or someone whom your father owes money to. A'udhu billah. My brothers and sisters, these children are not your belonging. They belong to Allah. Be careful. When they would like to marry someone, ask yourself 2 questions that Allah has asked you to ask yourself. Is the deen of this person okay? Religiously, are they fine? And is their character okay? If the 2 are okay, Allah instructs you to swallow the pill, as bitter as it may be, and to say, it's okay, you have our blessings, my child. That's your Jannah. That is your Jannah. Why do you think the hadith says, when you have female children and you look after them, you will get Jannah when you get them married off correctly? Why? Because a male is yours, a male carries your name, etc., etc. The female also will carry your name. But in a female's case, you are looking after someone, bringing them up, educating them, giving them the deen, in order for another person to benefit from them. In order for another person to be able to have more control over them than you, more authority, so to speak. I'm a father, I have daughters, but there will come a day when I need to give them away. That is my Jannah, that is my paradise. It is not easy to give your daughter away. That's why you get Jannah. So forget about those who think they're going to get paradise when they have hassled their daughters and harassed them and troubled them according to their own whims and fancies, and they haven't even bothered about the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can see how passionate I am. I used to think it doesn't exist because we were brought up in an environment that we did not see that happening. But wallahi, it's happening on a day-to-day basis. In countries that are advanced, there are people suffering in silence. My beloved parents, be careful, be careful. Your daughters belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us ease. I want to say it again one more time. My brothers and sisters, as parents, the children are a test for you, in that you are not allowed to do what you wish and what your whims and fancies dictate to them, but you have to fulfill the dictates of Allah regarding those particular children. That is your Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open our doors. I hope I've said it quite clearly, and I'm not saying don't respect your parents, but I am saying, my parents, as human beings, learn to become people who adopt the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even when it doesn't suit you. We all have dreams for our children, myself included. Like I told you, the ideal scenario, we all have it in our minds. When the children are young, we all think, mashallah, my daughter, my son, this will happen, that will happen. Brothers and sisters, it is Allah's plan that that dream has to be adjusted from time to time as the child is growing older. Because of things that will happen in life that were not according to your plan, it's Allah's plan that is executed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us a beautiful understanding. So I paused for a moment to speak about parents and children, because this is part of hikmah, it is part of wisdom, and at the same time these are problems the communities are facing. Save yourself from the stress, from the tension in your home by allowing your children to marry whom they want, for as long as the 2 conditions are met. إِذَا أَتَاكُمْ مَنْ تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقَهُ فَزَوِّجُوهُ إِلَّا تَفْعَلُوهُ تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَفَسَادٌ عَرِيضٌ. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, and I told you that's the height of wisdom, if a proposal comes to you from someone, their deen is okay, their level of deen is acceptable, which means their religious level, their closeness to Allah is of an acceptable level, and their character and conduct is of an acceptable level, let the marriage happen. If you don't, there is going to be chaos and corruption on earth. Thereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about how we should pray for our parents. You know, those parents who fulfill their own whims and fancies and desires when it comes to their children, wallahi, their children are making dua, oh Allah, take my father away. Oh Allah, I can't wait for my mother to die. Those are du'as that some children are making. Why? Sometimes it's because the parents are behaving in a way that Allah does not allow. If you behave in a proper way that Allah has ordained, your children will love you. They will understand that what you are doing is in the best of their interest, but according to the rules of Allah, not according to your rules. Allah can take your child away now. Allah can take your child away anytime, and He has taken other people's children before they even reach the age of puberty. May Allah grant us Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah make it easy for those who've lost their children in this way, and may that be a means of entry into Jannah.